Welcome to the brand new Book Nook. I'm back and with a little bit of a book studio, and I'm ready to talk about books. Today I just wanted to talk to you about my favorite books that I've read so far in 2025. It's been a fantastic reading year so far for me. I've read probably 6 5-star books and it's only March 29th. So I'm going to share those books with you and we're going to talk about who would like them, who wouldn't like them, tropes, genres, characters, all that fun stuff. So if you were looking for new books to pick up this year to break a reading slump, to get you back into reading, you are just looking for booktube videos, you're in the right space. So let's get comfortable and let's talk about books. The first book we'll be talking about today is Talking at Night by Claire Daverley. This book was sent to me as part of a romance package from Penguin Random House, I think last summer. So it has been on my TBR for way too long. The story follows Will and Rosie in high school. They're two teens who are very different. Will kind of gives a little bit of like a bad boy vibe, but he keeps to himself. Whereas Rosie is smart, she does well in school, and she has a lot of friends. Through these really nostalgic and beautiful settings like a bonfire at night on the beach, listening to music together, the two start to fall in love. And then everything sort of comes crumbling down. Something very tragic happens that affects the both of them, and it sort of ruins any chance for them to start a relationship at that point. And that is where the story really picks up from. We follow the two throughout probably the next 10 years of their life and how they come back to each other and fall apart over and over and over again. At its core, it is a miscommunication trope, which I normally hate, but this one, so good. I posted a TikTok about this and I said, if you wanted to like normal people, but you didn't, try this. I absolutely adored it. I thought that the characters were so realistic and I really felt all of their emotions. They deal with very human problems. I love this book so much and I would recommend this to anyone. 5 stars. The next book we have is Outlander by Diana Gabaldon. This is an older series and I don't know what made me pick this up, but something about it was just calling to me. I kept seeing it on Netflix and I figured, let's read the book so that I can watch the show because the show looks fantastic. And the book did not disappoint. So this follows our main character, Claire. She is in the Scottish Highlands in 1945 with her husband, and they're on a honeymoon. The two got married, I want to say like 6 or something years ago, but they were never able to celebrate their wedding because they both were taken away by World War II. She was a nurse and he fought in the army. So now that the war is over, the two are celebrating their wedding and going on a late honeymoon to the Scottish Highlands. Her husband's very interested in history, and the two of them, while they're there, go on a lot of tours of all of these old, decrepit Scottish Highland buildings. He's there trying to piece together some of his family's history. You can kind of tell Claire's not really interested in this. She's just there kind of recovering from everything that she went through. One day the two of them are exploring this set of rocks known as Craig na Dun, and they're very enthralled by these rocks. There's a lot of folklore and tales about what happened at these rocks. Witches performed ceremonies near them, and they're just a very magical, nuanced area. Claire decides to go back the next day by herself, and when she gets there and touches a rock, she is transported back in time to 1700s Scotland. She gets thrown into a very tumultuous time in Scottish history, and she's staying with this group of these ragtag Scottish clansmen, and that is when we meet Jamie Fraser, who quite possibly might be the best male main character I've ever read. This first book is truly incredible. It's a long book, it's like 900 pages or something like that, and worth every second. It's a romance, it's a fantasy, it's a historical fiction, it's a drama, it's a mystery, it's everything. I would recommend this book if you are looking for something to really be obsessed with, because this book will put its claws in the folds of your brain and not let you go. I'm currently on the second book and loving it, but I'm going very slow. There's, I think, 8 books and there's a whole TV show. So if you like it, there's a lot to obsess over. Next book I'm going to talk about is Blue Sisters by Coco Malors. I also read Cleopatra and Frankenstein in 2024 by Coco Malors. Loved that book so much. I think I liked it slightly better than Blue Sisters. However, Blue Sisters, still fantastic. The story follows a set of 3 sisters who are grieving the death of the 4th sister, and they're all very different but very realistic. One of them is a boxer in LA, I believe. The other one is living in London, and one of them is a model who's kind of jet setting all around the world. All 3 are connected by their grief, but they're all very different in every other way, including how they show their grief. A lot of what they do, you'll be mad at, you'll question, you'll feel sad for them, you'll want to cry with them. It's truly a gorgeous, gorgeous book. This is the kind of book that you have to read at the right time. It's very much personal, and it's very much a character exploration of how we deal with grief and love and family. So if you're looking for something a little heavier, this is a great pick. If you're looking for something just to entertain you, I probably wouldn't jump right into this one, but this one is so good. So I really recommend getting around to it if you have the emotional bandwidth to deal with this book, because it's a lot. It's definitely a lot, but it's fantastic. The next book I'm going to talk about is Long Bright River by Liz Moore. I read God of the Woods by Liz Moore last year and devoured it. It was one of my all-time favorites of the year. It was so good. The best way I can describe Liz Moore's writing is she markets the books as a certain genre, but she's able to kind of transform it into something completely in and of itself. This book was marketed as a mystery, and it is a mystery at its core, but at the end of the day, though, it is truly an essay on inequality between the social justice system and smaller, lower income city neighborhoods. The story follows our main character, who is a cop in Kensington, Philadelphia. I live close to Philadelphia, so this book actually was very surreal to me because I kind of pictured everything and I knew exactly the areas that she was talking about. Our main character grew up in Kensington itself, so she's very familiar with life in Kensington. If you're unfamiliar with what Kensington is, it is one of the most affected cities by the opioid crisis, and our main character is no exception of that. Her family has struggled with drug abuse and stuff like that her whole life, and she goes into the social justice system. She becomes a cop. Her and her sister are estranged, I guess. They haven't talked in quite some time. You don't know exactly why, but you do know that her sister works on the streets in Kensington. And the only way that our main character checks in on her is while she's on her patrol route. She will just drive by where her sister normally is and make sure she's still there. And that's the only communication they've really had. That is up until a murder happens in Kensington. A woman is found brutally murdered on the train tracks, and from there, multiple other murders begin to happen. And at the same time, her sister has not been seen anywhere. So our main character is simultaneously trying to solve these murders while also looking for her sister. It was such a powerful story. I can't even begin to explain to you the way that this has reshaped my view of the social justice system and the inequality that exists, sadly, everywhere. Definitely another heavy book, but worth every second of it. Liz Moore's writing is unlike anything I have ever read before. Not only is she able to make a book that is so powerful and important, but it's also entertaining. Like, at the end of the day, it is truly a good book to pick up and read. I couldn't put it down. I was so intrigued. So this was another 5-star read. Those are all the books I am going through today. I have a couple more that I really like that I read this year, but I'm gonna hold off just so that my first video back isn't like 30 minutes long, because I'm not sure how this is gonna come out. But if you enjoyed this, let me know. I definitely have a lot more videos in store. I'm planning on doing a spring TBR video next week, so stick around for that. If you didn't know, I've been missing from YouTube for so long because I've been doing a podcast for like 6 months with my best friend. It's called Let's Talk Literature, and I will link it down below in the description. So if you are a podcast listener and you love books, this is perfect for you. So that wraps it up for today. I will be back hopefully every Monday to talk about books with you guys.